Let's do this.
That is
sweet. All right. So, Olivier, if you would be so kind, please could you repeat your question?
Yes, thank you. So my question is, so hubs, so as I am understanding, hubs will just be selected and be able to organize hackathons on their own. So and also it was been said that hubs will be selected. Every five hubs will be selected to go in Kenya in order to present their project if those projects will be the best one. So I don't know whether these hubs will be selected in terms of, so let's say when the hub organize a hackathon and maybe best project from hackers will be the one which will be took into account in order to go and be represented in Kenya. So this is my question, and I want clarifications about this.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
And thank you for that. I'm going to start sharing screen again.
Yeah.
To show this image. Because I want to say that we're all in this together. The hubs, from, if you bear that in mind, then the hubs that we want to showcase at the summit are the ones that are truly the strongest examples of this aim, this intention of showcasing technology being developed in a way that's relevant to the African context and to their local communities. That the projects they're developing, like with Goma Hub, for example, that it's really with a very fine sense for what is truly alive here.
Yeah.
And how best can we support that? And so how we select those projects is a question that we should all try to answer, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how would you start to evaluate projects if you wanted to bring those showcases forwards that could best serve that aim, serve that purpose? What would you need to be able to do to evaluate them?
Irusa? Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, I can hear you, yes.
Yeah.
Did you hear my question?
Oh my God, can you repeat, come again, please? Maybe I thought that you've been explaining me. And yeah.
Okay. So I was saying, if we want to showcase the best examples of projects being developed that's relevant to local contexts, then how would we need to be able to evaluate?
So I think the important thing is maybe to see how the project or the owners explained the problem, because I think the big point is to see the showcase or how the project try to resolve local problems in maybe project owners countries. That is, so maybe the manner owners are able to explain this and to show how much this is a question, a big issue, a problem, and it needs a solution. And they are able to show how Cardano technology maybe can just come in order to solve this problem. I think this must be a criteria for like this is my point of view. I don't know whether
Yes.
yeah.
I fully agree with you. I think that was a truly exceptional answer. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
And so, okay, great. Taking that as a starting point, then what would they need to show for us to be able to see that kind of relationship between the project that was developed and the context, local context? How could they? Well, actually, okay, I've put quite a lot of questions back to you already, so I'll take
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah.
In order to show that relationship, they one thing that would be very helpful is to communicate a lot about the context itself. And that's why the first app that we're setting up, I think you were in the last enrollment call. Is that correct?
Yeah, I know.
Last
I
week.
have been traveling and I didn't participate. Well, maybe tomorrow
Okay.
I'll
All
be
right.
able to take 100 out of 100.
No worries. Well, for the record, there's the recording in this link here. So I can share this with you now in the chat. So you can watch that recording if you'd like to. The reason why I mentioned it is because we went through this. There was a slide where we presented these apps where we said these apps are what we're going to offer for you to do exactly that, for you to showcase the projects and how they relate with the context. The first app that we're starting with is the Docs. And this Docs app is actually what this whole website is. This whole website here, with all of these pages in, is the Docs. And this is the Docs for Prisma. Here we're trying to communicate the context that Prisma is working with. And we've spent a lot of time trying to develop this because we want it to be an example of how you can communicate the context. A fun visual is to see this as a network graph. So let me just load it here. All of these pages are interrelated. You see here you can click action learning and it takes you into the action learning page. I can click enrollment and it takes us into the enrollment page. I can keep clicking and I can explore all of this context about Prisma's work. So a fun visual to really see what that means is to see it as a network graph. So this is the same Docs app with all of those pages, but seeing how they interrelate. Can you see this on my screen?
Yes, I can see how they are doing it.
Okay, so this is what we're inviting you to start with, is to write the docs so that you can write about the context that these projects are working on. Because you can see it's a system. And we want you to write a whole system for your local place. Because then what happens next is when the teams develop their projects, they address a certain aspect of that context. Maybe one team is working on education, certification, and employment. Maybe another team is working on healthcare.
Healthcare, yeah.
Maybe another one on land.
Registry.
and another one on finance.
Yeah.
And in that way, you can connect all of these different aspects to show how it's one whole system that you're working on.
Mm-hmm.
And the apps that they develop, the projects they develop, are meant to create like a data stream. They're meant to create data. And that's what these colors are supposed to resemble. The docs are created in a way where you can actually integrate data into the docs very easily. So let me try to get this to load. Here we go. So this just shows data about commits made in GitHub, about writing code. But it's an example of how projects could include data from their own apps that address a specific aspect of the local systems, and then they can write around it, so they can do the storytelling, they can add more context. And in that way, we're trying to connect the projects and the context themselves. So to give you a very precise answer, in summary, to your question of how can we, what would they need to show for us to be able to evaluate that relationship between project and place? The docs is one great starting point, because in that way you can see the kind of live data of the project, of the work happening on the ground, and we can write more to show the whole context around it. So the evaluators can come to the docs for Goma Hub, and they can see all those different aspects and the data, and they can see it as part of the whole context, and they can do the evaluation in that way.
Good. Hello, sir. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Thank you.
What do you think?
I don't know whether my connection is bad, but did you finish to answer to the question? Because the answer is not, let's say, I still have some misunderstandings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to ask another question? I have time.
Yeah. So that, I understood the first part you've been talking about. So here I want to know, for example, for Goma Hub, so something it's written that I don't know how we will just make sure we have one project, or let's say a hub is going to be represented in Kenya, because it seems that one hub or 5 hubs only should be selected. Among those 10, because you told me that 10 hubs will be selected, but there is a doc which says that 5 hubs will be selected with them. So those who will have best ideas, and maybe team members of the hackathon of the project will be supported there in Kenya, and their project will be even founded for its development in order to be executed. So I don't know whether how this,
Okay. The short answer is that you will have the best chances of being selected by trying to show as much as possible and trying to go as far and as deep as possible in the work of organizing local action.
Okay.
That's addressing real potential or real challenges in your community. So it's kind of, there's no criteria. It's more about trying to go as far as possible.
Okay. Yeah, no, what you have to do now, if you are selected, is to work more, to let hackers here bring good ideas and show how much you are able to solve local solutions.
Yes.
And then, yeah, after, so then, for example, if we show, maybe we organize it very well, and maybe they say who have selected among those five, right? So we will just go with the best project among all of them of hackers here locally, or maybe Gomahab will do also need also to have his own project in the hackathon, with which he will maybe go in Kenya if he is selected among those five.
Please, can you repeat the question? The audio was a little bit uneven.
Yeah. Okay, I apologize. It's cool and the guys here are making noisy.
Yeah, I heard it got busy.
Yeah. So I am asking, so you say, I understand that you have to do locally, maybe best, you have to be best locally with our cars. So I don't know whether, for example, if, this is an example, Goma Hub is selected among those five hubs which will go in Kenya in the summit in February in order to present their project of the hackathon. So I don't know whether Goma Hub on in himself he is also obliged to have a project in the hackathon, or he can be maybe organized only, and he can maybe have a project which is titled as a Goma Hub project in the hackathon. So this is the question. I don't know.
Okay. Yes. So there, it will have to be a project itself. So 10 hubs get selected, 9 or 10 hubs get selected to be financially supported to organize the hackathon.
Yeah.
And then at the end, 5 teams are selected.
5 teams.
Or 5 projects.
Yeah. And maybe a little bit, those teams will be maybe selected as hubs teams, let's say. Maybe let's say Goma Hub, guys, they come, 4 persons, they have their projects, 3 persons, 1 person, and the teams are those which make part of hubs.
How do you mean? Sorry.
Yeah, I say you are talking about 5 teams.
Yes.
Yeah, but not 5 hubs. Because a hub doesn't mean, it can be a hub, but the team which is selected is not part of a hub, as we are not going to prevent, let's say, others to partake in the hackathons.
Yeah. So are you meaning you as Goma Hub want to also submit as a team?
Yeah, it's this that we have been, maybe this was that we've been thinking about. Maybe we don't know whether we have a,
Okay. What I can say is that you can form a team yourself. You can form a team whilst also being a hub. The hub is a separate, it's another organization that kind of hosts multiple teams. So if you're a hub, you can also form a team within your hub.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wow. And then let's say the judges of hackathons, maybe they'll be you now. Goma Hub, maybe hubs will not be maybe judges about hackathons because they can be an interest conflict of interest.
Yeah.
So yeah, they try to select their own team instead of other good projects. So I don't know whether.
Well, yeah, it's this idea again of things being nested. So if you think of this image again, I know I share it a lot, but I find it really helpful for myself. If you want to be at the summit, you want your best team from your hub to be made as visible as possible so that it can get to the summit. So it's kind of a win-win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, they now understand something important.
So you want to all work together for all of your projects to be as strong as possible, basically. And like how this image is showing as well, there's a lot of interrelationships. When you start working on systems, you realize everything is connected. It's very hard to have one project completely separate from everything else whilst also being systemic. It's very unlikely that that will happen. So as you start to work on systems, you will find all of these connections. And by being connected, you will be a lot stronger together as well. So it's kind of like the more you work together, the more all of your projects are as strong as possible, the higher your chances of having a project at the summit.
Yup. And then, so, how much teams are supposed to be maybe at least for one hub?
Okay.
Yeah.
So when we started this project, we got given these success criteria. This is what we need for the whole of the summit to deliver, for CATS to be successful. 250 developers engaged, 50 viable projects, and 100 developers retained for roughly 3 months. Now, all of us at all levels, we want the summit to be successful because if we can bring it back again next year, then we can do all of this again next year. And how great would that be?
Yeah.
So, in order to understand how we can meet these targets, we did some estimations or some projections of how many people we need to sign up. And like how we started to structure this program in different stages, we have different numbers for different stages. So it starts off with 2,500 signups in total, a huge number, because then a certain number of people drop off and only a subset, only a portion go through the enrollment period. Then that's still a huge number because more people drop off and only a certain number complete the actual hackathons. And in that way, we reach the target of 250 developers engaged. We have to start bigger because people will drop off. In reality, it's kind of happening opposite to that. As we keep going forwards, more people keep joining. And so I was estimating it going like that, but it's actually going like that. But anyway, I told you that to say that in all of these projections, there's a very important number, which is 40. So we were basing these estimations on every hackathon having about 40 participants. Because then if we have 16 hackathons in total, that's how all of the numbers line up, and we reach those goals.
Okay.
250 developers, 40 projects, things like that. Here, 50 projects and 100 developers retained. So we need to, in total, run 16 hackathons of 40 people each. Okay? And that's across the whole system. That's across all of this. And then another parameter in this modeling is that the average team size is 5 people. So, Olivier, I can finally answer your question, which is that per hackathon, we would like you to aim for roughly 8 teams.
Okay. You mean at least 5 person must form a team, at least.
It doesn't have to be fixed. It honestly should be based on the dynamics, the flow, what makes sense. But if we want to all kind of like have a rough estimate, then about 5 people per team and about 8 teams per hackathon, and about 1 or 2 hackathons of 40 people per hub.
So, and then sometimes when I read the docs, I saw when you told about it's about let's say also entrepreneurs, maybe they can also participate in the hackathon. So I don't know if there is some non-tech people, maybe opportunity also to partake in the hackathons.
100%, yeah. Because when we're trying to work on systems like this, we need to have the relevant people involved in the room. So if you're working on healthcare as one aspect of your local place, you want to engage, you want to involve the nurses, the doctors, the people who run the hospitals, maybe even some of the patients, to really have perspective on that whole system. You need to see it from multiple angles. The same thing for education, teachers, school managers. These aren't necessarily people who are going to know how to, I don't know, write a smart contract in Cardano or something, but they're very, very relevant. They're super important. And then also when we talk about the showcasing and the visibility of the hubs, we want the hubs to express as much of their personality as possible. We want to see what's really what's the character of Goma, what's the character of Accra in Ghana, and for that we should also involve artists, people that have that creative flair.
I saw also something about that.
So yes, definitely technical people are important, and so are non-technical people.
Yep. Really, thank you. Then I have some understandings of what you have to do, because really we didn't know we are going to do what and what, because I am in charge of this program in our hub, so I didn't also know how to do. But right now we are going to, maybe after we have confirmation that we are selected among those hub who will be supported, we can just start to do a work, and I think I'll be in touch with you. I will be coming to you as we are in contact. Maybe for some difficult questions, I come to you. And the request explanations is really, for now, I'm really happy. It's helpful.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad. Yeah. And yeah, keep reaching out. That was great that you reached out. I was really glad. And because there's so many things happening, and there's so many things that we want to set up. And so it's totally understandable if at this stage it feels abstract, because it is. and the more that we can be in communication, the better. We can do lots of little spontaneous little meetings like this to just drop in, address certain concerns, because like we're doing now, we can share it and then make it visible in the docs for the summit. And people can learn from that.
So thank you really, sir.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Good. Thank you, Olivier, and have a good day.
Yeah, likewise, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.